Hello everyone, you read the title of the video, so let's get right into it. We've seen a few new small monsters and interactions between them in the new trailer, and one new large monster, Chatakabra, a new amphibian able to stick rocks to its front limbs by applying its highly sticky saliva to them to harden them in battle. One we already knew from the first trailer is the Doshaguma, the large pack-hunting fang beast, of which we got to see quite a bit in this new trailer. And another new small monster, which we met in the first trailer, brings us to the next section of gameplay, the Seikret. I'm probably butchering the name, but anyway. These guys, alongside the Palicos, will be our main mode of transportation through the new locales and assistance in the field. They also have a very good sense of smell, which will automatically lead us to our objective, and have an extra weapon in its weapon sling, so we can switch on the fly between two weapons of our choice. So now I can take two switch axes on my hunts. We are also getting the Slinger back, which we already knew, and while the Clutch Claw seems pretty much gone, we can now pick up stuff from a distance thanks to the Hook Slinger. You can use it from your mount, of course, and you can also heal and sharpen your weapon, similar to Palamutes or the Tail Raiders of Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. The Slinger also obviously lets you interact with the environment by triggering traps and environmental hazards, for example. We are also getting some mounted combat as seen from the footage, but I hope it won't be mandatory, to be completely honest. I do hope we see the Slinger Burst return, yet I don't think we can confirm that to 100% right now. In regards of weapons, they have confirmed the 14 weapons we all know and love, though it doesn't look like we're getting a new weapon type. On the one side, I'd have loved to see a new weapon type introduced, but on the other hand, fine by me, I guess. Every weapon of course gets new moves and mechanics, one of which is the focus mode. Focus mode allows us to aim our attacks and guard abilities, and I'm very impressed by the new moves so far. The only move for Greatsword that I knew was the Charged Slash, and literally anything else seemed unfamiliar. Although on the Monster Hunter Wilds website they stated veterans will feel right at home with their respective mains. The point of focus mode seems to be to make hunting more accessible, while also giving us a chance to dish out some hefty moves only accessed by focus mode. So I'm very excited to see how veterans will use it, or perhaps even if veterans will use it at all once we get our hands on entire movesets. And last but not least, probably my favorite thing so far, the living ecosystems. The locale we were introduced to is called the Windward Plains, and my god, where to start? We get huge herds of monsters, unique interactions between all kinds of smaller monsters like this attack at the watering hole, new turf wars of course, day cycles but also seasonal cycles. On the website it is stated that each locale has two separate conditions: thriving, alive and bountiful condition, and a harsh one with limited resources and desperate monsters fighting for survival. And that is so insane to me. They are cooking and it looks so delicious already. I'm still impressed by how alive the world of Monster Hunter World feels, but this is seriously another step in every single aspect of the ecosystems I love in this franchise. Oh yeah, and the story. Well, we got a bunch of characters, which a lot of people associate with characters from Monster Hunter 4, and I see a lot of resemblance in these characters, and this is our new handler, Alma. She seems nice. I honestly really want to know more about the story, but so far there isn't a lot. Just a mysterious kid and our protagonist, so us, who is fully voiced this time, but well, yeah, there really isn't much else about the story so far. Don't worry, our character will still be completely customizable, and I guess we get like a few voices to choose from. Another trailer revealing a new monster, probably the flagship monster, will drop on June 7th, which is my birthday, so thank you very much, Capcom. What? No, there's no way that's just a coincidence. And those were the most important details provided by the trailer and the website of Wilds. Let me know what you think so far and what you're most excited about. For me personally, I can't tell what I'm most hyped about: the new iteration of Switch X, new monsters, or the absolutely ridiculously detailed ecosystems which may give Red Dead Redemption 2 a run for its money in terms of details in the environment. And if you know Red Dead 2, you know that is saying something. Now I'd just like to give some personal thoughts on Wild so far and what I'm hoping for, especially for my main weapon. I already said how hyped I am for the ecosystems and just exploring the world, you know. Just making an expedition set and discovering all sorts of new materials, Easter eggs, hidden details, and and so on in a locale. I can navigate the ancient forest blind no matter where I am, and you know what kind of maze it is. Hopefully we get some sort of camera set again and a few requests from local scientists or something like that. The two different conditions seem very interesting in bringing variety to locales we will probably see hundreds if not thousands of times on our hunts, and I wonder what other locales and harsh conditions there will be. Thinking like a blizzard in an ice region or pyroclastic flow in a volcanic region, and how will elder dragons influence their locales? Will Teostra cause forest fires, or will there be Kushala storms that will flood certain areas and so on? If they are added, of course. In terms of monsters, I'm open to whatever they have in store for us. I'd love to meet Lagiacrus again and Deviljom because he's just my favorite, and seeing him interact in these ecosystems as the dominator of the food chain could be very exciting and scary to witness. Just thinking about going onto your first Deviljom quest and there's just no larger monsters left and everywhere are carcasses, signs of brutal fights and leftovers of dragon element clouds. Other monsters I'd like to see again are Kuropeko, Jen Moran, we already have the perfect place for him, and Gore Magala, once again with the impact on the ecosystems in mind. As for weapons, well, if you know my channel, you know there's only one weapon I really care about, and the only thing I really want is just anything as a defensive option. Just give me iframes on my fate slashes and I'm happy, but a counter would be nice as well. The balance of axe and sword mode was really well done in Iceborne, probably the best it has ever been in the series to be honest. I hope they keep it that way, just keep axe mode the stagger and part break mode and sword mode the big DPS mode, I'd be fine with that. In Rise and Sunbreak we kinda lost the balance because the heavy slam would only boost the gauge fill up rate to let us enter sword mode even faster, and even though amp state is also applied to X mode, that still didn't really make it viable. Add to the fact that the morph sweep was hot garbage compared to the incredible move it is in Iceborne, and the fact that the wire bug charger refilled the switch gauge and made it temporarily infinite as well. Who really needs X mode anymore? But I have faith in the developers to get it right, and maybe they can even improve on the flow of Switch X. Although that is very difficult if we look at Iceborne, but we'll see. As long as focus mode doesn't break my flow like the clutch claw does, I'm happy to try it out. While the addition of the Seikret is a welcome one, I hope that mounted combat is kept to a minimum, although a jousting move for Lance would be sick, for example. The next trailer drops in a few days and I will probably do a similar video if there's enough interesting stuff to talk about. We all know other YouTubers will make everything they can out of these trailers and every single frame we get, but yeah. Actually, while editing this video, Rage Gaming has already made 3 separate videos about this 2.5 minute trailer. I've given my thoughts and hopes and I'm very excited for what's to come. And now get back to slaying monsters. Happy hunting, guys.